Cops have to deal with all sorts of violent and horrifying criminals in their job. But what happens when it's their own children that they have to arrest?
Dad! Get in the car. You're arrested for DUI.
On the 20th of December 2022, a witness had observed a white vehicle strike a traffic light and then quickly drive off. A part of the vehicle's bumper had fallen off in the road after the hit. Around 15 minutes after the call, police located the suspect's vehicle at a gas station across the road. The driver was the last person they expected.
Come back from Applebee's?
Yeah, I had a drink.
Okay. How old are you?
21. My dad is
Is a sheriff's officer.
Listen, your bumper's in the road over there. Did you just hit that pole?
No, I promise I did not.
No?
The very thing
She
21-year-old
lying.
Teresa says is that her dad is an officer with the local PD, possibly hoping that he'd come and get her out of the situation. But the cops at the scene are sure that things are way past that.
You left Applebee's.
Yeah, I left Applebee's.
You cut through the plaza. You came out by Lowe's and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Did you hit the traffic pole that's right there?
I did not hit the traffic pole. This part was hanging off already. I hit a deer in Pennsylvania because I go to school in...
Do you smoke marijuana recreationally?
No, I do not smoke marijuana universally.
This bitch said universally. Ain't no way. You
I
gone.
do not
Smoke marijuana universally. Bitch, shut your goofy ass up. You called.
Marijuana isn't the only part of her story that doesn't make any sense. She's saying that her bumper was already hanging off from an accident in Pennsylvania around 25 miles away. And it just happened to fall off right as another car identical to hers struck a traffic light. But Teresa has a trick up her sleeve that might just get her out of this. At least, that's what she hopes.
I hit a deer.
You see this?
I hit a deer.
That don't happen when you hit a deer, shorty.
For this, you can ask my dad.
This piece fell off at the traffic light that you hit. That you knocked over.
For real.
6-7. Do you have another unit out with you?
Call my dad. He's a sheriff's
All right.
officer.
Hang out.
Over the course of just a few minutes, Teresa brings up her dad over
Over
5 times.
God,
obviously
over and
praying
over
that he'll
again.
be able to find a way for her to get out of
But
this.
all these cops
But
here ain't
before
nothing he can do
come to
for
rescue
you.
her, the cops are starting to zero in on what really happened and begin to get at least some of the truth from Teresa.
The Superman
Because
is
you had
the
maybe had
devil
one drink
right
and
now.
you think you're drunk?
Yeah.
And you might get arrested, but you don't seem like you're drunk?
Yes.
So you want to just tell the truth?
Yes, I'm telling you the
So when after Applebee's, did you hit a traffic pole? You can't miss it. It lights up. It's red, green, and yellow.
That bitch said you can't miss it.
You hit a traffic signal.
No, I hit a curb.
Yeah, you went up the curb. You hit the traffic
Traffic
signal.
signal.
The traffic signal fell down, and you
I
left.
was texting. If you just
Okay.
call my dad, he would tell you.
Bitch, you making it worse for yourself. Just shut up. Bitch said I was
The traffic signal fell
texting.
down, and you
I
left.
was texting. If you
Okay.
just call my dad, he would tell you.
Well,
It's a sheriff's
here's the
officer,
thing.
I promise
Your dad,
you.
the sheriff's officer, wasn't driving your vehicle today.
In just this
For
one short
real.
conversation, Teresa admits that she did hit
Something.
that she's more intoxicated than they realized, and that she was texting while driving. 3 driving faults.
For
that could
real,
each
that's what I'm
come with their
saying.
own punishment. So now that the truth has come out, the detectives decide to speak with her father, John. But it turns out he's not there to help her.
Goofy.
Hey, John, how are you? So your daughter hit a traffic law.
She going to jail.
Where's the damage on the car?
Okay, the damage on the car there, I think it was like the front right bumper.
Oh.
John explains that Teresa did hit a deer earlier and that the damage was on the front right bumper. But it was nowhere near as serious as the damage the car was currently
Yeah,
sustaining.
that's what I was thinking. Like, a deer wouldn't do that.
That's up to you. I'll see if she wants you to come out. If she wants, you to drive her home.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me-
She going home?
And I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
It looks like Teresa isn't going to be getting the
What?
salvation she was hoping for from her dad. And just 5 minutes later, he arrives at the scene to talk with the cops.
Hold on, yeah, let's see what he talking
So,
about.
what she's saying, like, and where the damage was, there doesn't really make too much sense. So, tried to get some more information out of her.
Yeah, she drunk.
Piece of bumper there. So, for the other one, was it just like the bumper wasn't hanging like that?
Yeah, no, so what it was is basically this was intact.
Okay.
This piece was missing, and the scratches here, that's all from a deer that she
Yeah, he about to tell the truth.
So right now, this is going to be my call. Okay. Supervisor coming out.
Okay, gotcha.
He's going to be providing all the details.
Okay, who's your supervisor?
Sergeant Brownwell.
Not that I'm dude. I'm just asking.
The cops who were first at the scene almost seem as though they were expecting John to try and make excuses for his daughter, and get extra nervous when he asks who their supervisor is. Obviously, there are countless examples of corruption where officers, especially those in the higher ranks, are able to use their power to prevent their family from getting into trouble. However, the officers quickly realize all he's trying to do is gather all the information on the incident so he can make a fair assessment himself. This quickly becomes evident as he checks his text messages from her to try and create a timeline of events.
I just want to show you this so you can see it. You home 1039. What do you think? Time do you think that initial call came? Because she probably hit it and was like, "Dad, what the fuck do I do?"
Somewhere between 10:45 and 11.
That's about right.
Yep.
Talking to her, she wasn't telling us the truth at all.
I mean, lying to she knows, but I'm a cop. She knows. She knows not to do that. Well, maybe she didn't even. Do you think she? I'm not once. I'm saying she didn't lie.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to be very clear about that. But she might not even look at the freaking car to see if there's any difference.
However, despite John's willingness to help the officers out, the sergeant at the scene asks him not to get involved, so to guarantee the integrity of the investigation. So far, everything other than Teresa's conduct has been perfect, and is a great example of proper
She about
policing.
to fuck
So,
up her
let's
dad
back
there
to
now.
focusing on what Teresa had mentioned earlier. She says she'd only had one drink at Applebee's, but it's starting to seem as though she may be a little more drunk than they realized. Suspicions that were only confirmed after some field sobriety tests.
And everything that happened today, right? I don't think that you were okay to safely operate the motor vehicle.
Dad,
So,
Dad.
you know, it-
Damn, she going to jail.
Oh, your dad's right over here.
Fellas, summer's coming.
You going to jail,
All Fabletics, 70%.
bitch. You going to jail.
You do stop with this shit. Get in the car. You're arrested for DUI. Go ahead.
Have a seat.
Damn.
After being forced into the police vehicle by her own dad,
He's gone.
Teresa was driven to the police station where her blood alcohol level was tested. It came back as 0.17%,
Damn.
over twice the legal
Yeah.
limit. As of this upload, Teresa is still awaiting her penalty.
Bitch,
but
you only
has
have
been
one
issued a
drink.
court summons for driving under the influence,
You
reckless
lying.
driving, and failure to report a car accident. Teresa's dad followed protocol perfectly, but Kenneth Adams' dad did the exact opposite when he tried
Who's
to
this?
abuse his power as a commissioner to try and save his son from prison.
Tell me who I called to find out why he's in jail. You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff?
In November 2022, Kenneth Adams
You
was
want
pulled
me
over
to
for
sue
running
the
a
son
stop
of a
sign.
bitch,
But as it
sheriff?
turns out, Kenneth was in much more trouble than he realized.
How's it going?
Good. What did I do wrong?
Okay, so the reason I stopped you is you didn't come to complete the stop sign,
I did.
and then you didn't have your turn signal on.
He's sure I
Sure
did.
did.
Okay.
I know for a fact I had my turn signal on.
Okay.
That's why I was surprised you were pulling me over, but whatever.
The officer then took his license and ran it through the system.
The way these niggas can talk to the cops and the way we gotta talk to the cops is completely different. On God, if I would have had an attitude with that cop would have had an attitude right back, and that's word
That's why I
too.
was surprised you were pulling me over, but whatever.
The officer then took his license and ran it through the system, where he would discover Kenneth had a warrant
Ooh.
out for burglary
For
and
what?
theft of a vehicle.
Nigga, your dad is a fucking Senate. Or whatever the fuck it says your dad is. Some type of higher
All of
up.
a sudden,
What
Kenneth
the
becomes
fuck?
defensive and refuses to exit the vehicle.
Can I get you to step out of the vehicle with me?
What are you doing? No, what's going on? Seriously, what's going on?
You have a warrant.
How
your arrest.
do I have a warrant?
I don't know how you have a
I
warrant,
swear.
but it's on our system right
You
now.
know
an
what you
active
did.
warrant out of 7th District Court here in San Juan.
I've gone to, no, that's incorrect. Because
Okay,
I've gone
well,
to
it's on
court.
our system right now.
Well, you
I'm
need
not
to
going to
call-
argue with you about it. You're going to go to jail tonight on that warrant, okay?
No, I'm not. Dude, this is absurd.
Mr. Adams, you do have an active warrant for your arrest.
And who issued the warrant, though?
The court's
Come on
For
now.
what, though? Because I've
Bro,
gone
you
to court
doing
for
it.
everything. There should not be an active warrant for me anywhere, dude.
Kenneth claims
He's
that he's
bugging.
already been to court for his previous crimes, but the warrant still calls for his arrest.
For real?
For the majority of smaller cases, the suspect is tasked with turning in the documents that prove that they've been to court and completing any classes they were made to attend by the judge. Without those documents, the court cannot confirm they attended anything. So when Kenneth forgot to turn his in, the warrant remained open, and the police had no way to tell that he had in fact been to court.
Issued October 13th.
For what?
Had some felony charges, burglary charges.
Dude, I've been to court for that. No, I've been to court for that.
You want to know the
He
charges?
swear.
Yeah, I do. So it has 2 burglary charges listed, a theft charge, mischief.
That's on my old case.
3 charges of burglary of a vehicle, and
Yeah.
criminal trespass.
Yeah, why is that floating up now?
Kenneth was taken away to the station,
Damn.
but this is when his father, Bruce Adams, turned up, who turned out to be the
Who's
county
his dad
commissioner
again?
for the local area.
The
How
commissioner.
convenient for Kenneth. Immediately after arriving at the scene, Bruce demanded to know what was going
What
on,
did the commissioner
and quickly
do?
started to show signs of corruption.
Where's Kenneth?
He's in jail. They took him.
You already took him to jail?
They took him to jail, and I stayed here with the car.
Why?
For a warrant.
Who do I call to find out?
Find out the warrant?
You're a police officer. Tell me who I called to find out why he's in jail.
I gotta be careful with this stuff, Bruce. You understand that? Okay. That's the warrant. Okay,
This
so
thing
it's
got on a
status
wrist brace.
active, offense, burglary, theft, criminal mischief, burglary of a vehicle, burglary of a vehicle, burglary
He's
of a
already
vehicle.
been to court over that.
It's you
This
saw
nigga
the
got
warrant
3.
right there. I showed you a
Been to
warrant.
court. He's been charged with that, and he has a plea and abeyance on all of it.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to turn him loose.
I can't turn him loose, Bruce.
He gone already, Goofy.
Nobody can. He's been arrested for a warrant. The courts can.
And the warrant's false.
Huh? The warrant's not false.
You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff because he arrested my kid on a false warrant?
The
What the
warrant's right
hell?
there.
Bruce is obviously trying to abuse his position and influence the commissioner to try and save his son from the law. But luckily, this officer stands his ground and refuses to cave in.
Yeah,
Eventually,
same.
though, Kenneth was released from jail, the warrant was withdrawn, and no further action was taken against
Okay.
Bruce.
But the
officers
warrant
that
was up
arrested this
there, you know
law
what I'm
student
saying?
weren't as lucky.
There's nothing in this vehicle. I promise you. I didn't do anything.
Marion Humphrey
What the
Jr.,
hell?
son of retired county judge Marion Humphrey Sr., was pulled over after an officer allegedly witnessed him driving dangerously. Footage shows him swerving slightly after missing his exit. Marion is lit up by the officer and pulled over. He's then told the officer witnessed him nearly wreck his car and is suspected of
What the
dangerous
hell?
driving.
When did you rent the car? Yesterday. You gotta take it, turn it back in a Fayetteville? Pick it up in Fayetteville?
I'm sorry, sir. This is, I'm trying to figure out that you have probable cause to stop me.
Yeah, because you're super nervous. So I'm trying to figure out why you're so nervous.
Being a law student, Marion asks if the officer has probable cause for pulling him over. The officer struggles to give a good answer before claiming Marion seems super nervous. First of all, being nervous isn't a crime.
Isn't a crime,
and isn't
yeah.
evidence towards a crime either. And
how you know this nigga nervous inside his vehicle? Like, what?
being nervous isn't a crime.
Shit don't make
And
no
isn't
sense.
evidence towards a crime either. And secondly, Marion actually carries himself incredibly well in this situation. He complies with the officer's requests, asks why he's
Why
being
he
pulled
standing
over,
so close to
and
him?
why he's being held. He even calls his dad to listen in on the entire arrest, something the officer clearly didn't like, as he then asks to search Marion's U-Haul.
If I bring a dog, is it gonna hurt anything?
Yeah, no, it's not going to hurt anything. I promise you. We just don't want to get shot. Yeah, that's all, and I'm sorry about that. It happens. I know it happens. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't want you to bring a dog because I don't think that's fair to me as a citizen, as someone who, if the only thing I did was climb it, like I did not almost wreck my car.
If you don't want to bring a dog, just let me look in here.
What the hell?
I don't have to bring a dog.
I just think that's so invasive of my rights, but you can look in here if you like to.
Marion does an extremely good job of eloquently
Yeah.
showing how terrifying it can be to be stopped by the police while maintaining a calm and respectful tone with the officer the
Hey,
whole
good shit,
time.
gang.
But regardless,
Let's get man, what? Stop up for this nigga. Good shit.
Marion is placed in handcuffs for
This
over
nigga
an
been out
hour
there for
while the
hours.
cops search his vehicle with a dog. According to the officer, the dog smelled narcotics and alerted the officers before even entering the U-Haul.
The dog alerted on narcotics in the vehicle, so I detained him and he's in the back car while I searched the vehicle. No, but he almost did, so that's why we're trying to stay.
Daddy, he's arresting me. He's arresting me.
Give me your other hand.
What's he arrested for?
There's nothing in this vehicle. I promise you.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't do anything.
Predictably,
What the
the
hell?
cops find nothing in the vehicle. Marion has since opened up a lawsuit against the officers, claiming
Yeah.
they violated his 4th and 14th Amendment rights. As of this video's upload, the case is still ongoing.
Damn.
Hi, it's Will from Booker Law.
You on somewhere.
If you use Steam, the PC game platform.
Damn, that's crazy.
water.